How is your brother?
Asleep, since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all. Taya won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otto has to say.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires? Did you see that? Tell me you saw that. There's talk of these skies.
What are you making them skies then?
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fact storms out Mothercrystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one...
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be.
You believe there's...
I don't know. But I am certain when...
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mothercrystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dhalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Will we ever see the sun again?
Is a storm coming soon?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the fallen. And on the sixth day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Sid. Should I be worried?
You haven't...
Jill. Clive...
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place, but the fact is, I have...
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve... And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be... I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even...
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to her?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for... We hire mercenaries
And what happens when those mercenaries... We're better off, and you cannot fill empty...
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll...
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this, and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like that.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill.
I was about to ask you this.
Costness is in chaos. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can rely. I was here to do just that when Master...
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. These are cursed skies, or an entire city.
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution.
I hope so.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. But if left to smolder, that anger and...
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes.
And if there's one thing bandits...
What would Sid the Outlaw...
Well, he'd let them choose for themselves. And be on hand to pick up the piece.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. While it's plain neither Conrad nor... It may still be... Before presenting them with a...
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city.
When all that fear and anger can...
It appears we have a plan. Victor, pay Conrad a...
As you wish.
You're fit. Don't worry. Victor and I will do most of the talking.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy some. Ah, here he is. Natalie, allow...
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty...
Indeed, certainly that the nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley. It is only a matter of time before the peasants...
It is worse than I thought. And while I... Which means, if our humble town is to endure...
All right. But you needn't have gone through this.
Thank you. Live.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it... Now, my scouts should...
It appears I have no choice but to do.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Picture it, Conrad. Your own city. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found all.
You're not sick.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn...
I have a fate. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from the south and one from the desert. In a move...
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert.
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite...
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throat.
Then it will be for us to see that their hand...
I thought you might...
We'll hold them off for us.
And we will...
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
The town...
I don't hear anything.
That we should hurry.
Natalie.
You did well out there.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quit? We are you. As for you...
I'll take that as a